guys, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench. So here we are, Thursday, not Thursday, it's Tuesday, isn't it? Tuesday the 1st of August 2023. We're here already. August, soon be Christmas. And my usual monthly sort of roundup of what's coming, what's been, where we are, where we're going, that sort of thing. First of all, start off as usual with a massive thank you. Thank you to all you who've left some wonderful comments or subscribed. Those who contribute through PayPal and Patreon, much appreciated. Very, very kind of you. Thank you very, very much. I spend hours and hours and hours sitting here behind this camera, and it is great. I don't work, so that is it. So first things first. Some of you have been contacting me regarding YouTube, regarding your accounts being deleted or unsubscribed. You're not getting notifications. Your comments are getting deleted. As some of you will know, my videos are always set as comments are held for review. So if you make a comment on one of my videos and you don't see it appear underneath, it's because it's held for review. And the reason I do that is twofold. There are some silly people out there who like to put silly stuff, and other people may find it offensive. And there are also a lot of bots that put comments in that really, really piss me off. And all they're doing, they're picking on somebody that's getting a good hit rate with a high sub count, and they're putting something in to promote their crap. And I remove them. So all of my comments are held for review. The only way, like James over at To Boldly Go Modelworks, Paul over at Plastic Monkey, to name but a couple, they're actually what they call mods. So you'll see their name come up in blue. They've got a spanner if I'm on a live chat. And they get to, when they put their comment in, it just goes straight up because it's going to be sensible. Well, James are normally sensible. But anyway, yeah, so if you make a comment on my video and you don't see it come up, it's because it's in the held for review pile, and then I will look at it, review it, and then I'll put it up. And unless it's absolutely stupid, rude, promoting something that I don't want, then it will go out. I don't delete any comments unless they're one of those three things. And the only time I delete if you're promoting something is if, say, I'm promoting a new decal setting solution from Premium Hobbies, and you come on there and say, I make this one and it's better. Ed sent me some stuff from Premium Hobbies to promote on the channel to show you that you don't need somebody else to tell me that their stuff is better because you haven't tried what I've got. So I just delete it. So that's what I do there. If you come on another video and say, I've just made this decal setting solution and it works really, really well, and you want to send me a bottle, then fine. But, if someone comes on and says that what I'm promoting is crap and what they've got is better, then they're basically calling me a liar. So there we go. So yeah, if you do get unsubscribed, and I know it happens because I see my numbers fluctuating, or you stop getting notifications for videos, go into YouTube, unsubscribe from my channel, resubscribe and hit the notifications bell, and that will sort it out. And that doesn't apply to just me, that applies to anyone's channel. So go and sort that out and you'll be laughing. And that's that. So they're deleting comments, they're deleting they're removing subscribers. In fact, I'm just thinking now in the back of my mind while I'm talking to you, I haven't had a notification for one of Jason's videos over at Model Kit Stuff for a long time, or Norwegian Hobbies, Kenneth over at Norwegian Model Bench. Go take a look at that channel. I'll put a link down below if I think of it. If I don't, remind me and I'll put one in. Absolutely brilliant, such good work. And he throws hundreds of pounds at his models. He builds some, he's doing an enterprise at the moment, and he bought the Pontos and the Mark 1 detail set for it. It's beautiful. It makes me want to get one, but, well, I've got a Yorktown, but it makes me want to get the Pontos set. You know what I'm like with ships. So that's enough about that. That's enough. Right. So there we are. So another one which is big on the agenda is Jess. A lot of you are asking. Jess is absolutely awesome. For those who don't know, Jess was diagnosed back in, it was about February time. I took her, she had an operation. She had a lump removed from her bladder. She was struggling to wee. They sent it off for diagnosis, and unfortunately it's cancer and it will come back, and they gave her 6 months back in March the 13th. So we're now 4.5 months into that 6 months, and she is showing, she's down here, she is showing absolutely no signs whatsoever of any ill health. She's eating like a dog, as dogs do. She's drinking like a fish. She's pooing for England. She's weeing fine. So at the moment, fingers crossed, things are good. I had to take her in a couple of weeks back for something else, and the vet said she was looking in remarkable condition. Her weight was great. She has got another tumour growing, but luckily it's growing down. It's between her legs and it's growing down instead of growing sideways. Apparently they normally grow lump at the side and it presses into their muscle, and you end up having them put down because they can't bloody walk. Cruel old world, isn't it? But no, luckily this one's growing down, so it'll just make a lump in her belly, and it seems to have stopped growing. I feel it every couple of days, and I don't know. But very weirdly, she's on a drug which is called loxaprom, something like that. And it's actually made for older dogs that get arthritis, and it's a pain relief for their joints. But somebody discovered that the chemicals or whatever in that drug attack bladder cancer and slow its growth. So that's what she's on. Loxicom it's called. So that's what she's on, and obviously that's helping her. So that's really good. Now, because of this, the vet also said that what will happen, she will be absolutely fine, and then all of a sudden, woof, she'll fall off a cliff. So we've got a 24 to 48 hour window of her being a playful, lively, bubbly dog to being very ill. Apparently it's very, very quick. So I've got to be very, very quick and make that decision and have her euthanized, because I don't want her to suffer at all. It's the best thing I can do for her. I'm feeling stronger. I can actually say that now without cracking up. 3 months ago I couldn't say that. So it's good. And obviously I'm going to be gutted, but I do feel like I'm kind of prepared, and I'm kind of thankful for the time I've had with her rather than just losing her like that. The vet did say he gave her 6 months. There are dogs he's given 6 months that have been gone 3 days later, and there are dogs out there that he gave 6 months 3 years ago. So it's how long is a piece of string, I guess. But at the moment, she's absolutely awesome. If you don't have a dog, basically you will know if there's a problem when they don't eat. That's it. When they stop eating, that's it. You know then. That's the time. And it's a horrible time, but as I say, hopefully it won't hit me too hard. So as a result of that, I missed out on the Airfix launch for the Sea King, which I was gutted about, because I was invited. In fact, Dale even sent me a separate email to say, you haven't responded, Nigel, you're not coming. What's going on? I told him about Jess, and he was very sympathetic, sent me a lovely email. And that was that. So when I saw what it was, obviously I knew nothing about it. I mean, if you watch Moss's live streams on a Monday night, you will know that not yesterday, but last Monday, it was this big release, and we were all on. I was on there with him and talking about, not on there with him, but in the chat, and we were talking about, what could it be? And they had pictures of the hangar up in Lincoln with the Lancaster and everything, and thinking about what was in there, the tractor and the B-25 and the Mosquito and blah blah blah. Nobody even dreamed of it being a Sea King. So yeah, their launch was the 48 scale Sea King. Here's a picture of it up now, and it looks like a lovely, lovely kit. I haven't watched any reviews, and I haven't watched any builds or anything that's going on. The guys that went were given a sample kit, and I can only imagine that some have done reviews and started building them. I don't know. I don't want to watch them. I don't want to be, what's the word? I can't think of the bloody word I'm looking for, but you know what I mean. I don't want to be biased or anything, because if somebody says, this kit is wonderful, but I think the tail rotor is too small, it's in my mind then the tail rotor is too small, and I'll be looking for other things. I'd rather just look at it for what it is. It's been a long time in development. Chris has spent years on it apparently, and I can't wait to see it. And I'm also very, very grateful to Dale, because I did email him and I said, is there any way I can purchase this kit to get an early release review video out there for you? And I heard nothing. I thought, well, that's a no then. But I've had an email from him today. He sent me one. So thank you very much, Dale. I doubt you're watching this, but he sent me one, and I've had to promise that I'm not going to let anybody else have anything off it. So, you know, like I sent my undercarriage leg up to Aerocraft to make the air legs. I sent clear parts over to ASK, and they got lost, if you remember. And yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. I sent a whole bloody kit down to Peter at Airscale, and he's completely cut it out and having to get another one now. So, but no, this Sea King, I've had to swear that I won't send anything anywhere. So as soon as that arrived, it'll be reviewed, and then we'll get on with it, I think, because it does look absolutely gorgeous. It's something I've always wanted, and I've only recently, just recently, only a couple of months back, got the 1/48th Hasegawa one. It's an old kit. I'm going to do the review. I might do a comparison. We shall see. I think the only thing I've heard people complain about is it hasn't got raised rivets. I find it a little strange, because we all used to moan about raised rivets, didn't we? It's 48 scale, and when Moss was doing his live last Tuesday, when he was down there, I asked the question through Moss on his live. I said, please ask Chris why it isn't raised rivets. Not complaining, just asking. And then when Chris said, it just seemed feasible. Getting the moulding to give you a crisp rivet when it's raised is going to be very difficult, because in 48 scale the rivet would be very, very small and not very tall at all. If it was all too big, everyone moaned it's too emphasized. So getting a tiny little dimple raised on the surface and moulded crisply would be extremely difficult. And I can see where he's coming from. I'm an engineer, I've got a history in injection moulding as well, and I know exactly where he's coming from. And of course, the other thing is, guys, you have to consider, if you look at the Stuka I built from Border Model, that had raised rivets, which is lovely, but it's a nightmare when it comes to doing with seams, and also on the ICM Sky Crane, absolute nightmare with seams. And the other thing you've got to consider is damage. My Stuka had some damage on the rivets, because the parts rub together in the bags or whatever, and it only takes one rub and that's it, the rivet's gone. My Sky Crane had some damage, if you remember, on the side of the front fuselage, had some rivets missing. And what else was it? I mean, we've got the Apache, that's very nice. The Tacom Apache, that's got raised rivets everywhere. But again, in the bigger scales, it's not so difficult. But you can imagine getting that tiny little dimple to scale. You know, it's just, I'm happy it hasn't got raised rivets, to be honest. So we shall see. If you want raised rivets, you can get raised rivets. You can get the raised rivets from anywhere and just add them as decals. So there we go. So yeah, Dale, thank you very much, mate. You sent me the kit. Maybe it'll be here tomorrow, Wednesday, I don't know. But as soon as it lands, it will be out of the van onto the bench, reviewed. There won't be any time wasted. The A20, I'm surprised more of you aren't asking where that is. There it is there. There's the kit there. I'm surprised more of you aren't asking where it is. I haven't started it yet, purely because I don't think it's available in the UK. And also, I've been waiting for aftermarket. As you know, I was waiting for the cockpit set. Then I was waiting for the... I didn't have to wait for the masks. They were there. What was I waiting for then? I was waiting for the resin seat and the seat belts from ASK and the guns. And then I was waiting for the Edward set to arrive. And now I'm waiting for the nose gear to arrive from Aerocraft. So I don't want to sort of start it and then stop. I want to build it as in the instruction sequence, so that people that are new to the hobby can follow along. And as you'll know, as soon as you've done the cockpit, you're onto the nose gear, and you have to put the nose gear in because it goes between the sidewalls. So I think we'll have to put it anyway. We'll have to have a look. I'll have a look at that. But anyway, so yeah, if you want to get a nose gear for your A20, it's available for pre-order up at Aerocraft, aerocraftmodels.com. And he's also done undercarriage for the Qatari Spitfire if you want to get that. So you can have a look at that. If you want the seat and the seat belts from Artscale Kit, artscale.eu. And then you've got the Airscale cockpit set, which is now available. It was on pre-order, and that's from airscale.co.uk. So there we go. The Chieftain group build, the model is actually nearly done. You've seen part 6 or 7, I think. I'll put a picture up now. Here it is. And there it is with it all camo painted. It was all done. You'll see me do it. I've done a sort of video, I think it's part 9, is all about painting the camo. And yeah, it's come out really nice. I had to do a couple of touch-ups, and it's all done now and ready for moving forward. So I'm just leaving it now for a day or two, let the paint go hard, and then we'll start looking at getting it all together. As you can see, I've painted it in sub-assemblies, making it a lot easier to mask. So that's part of the group build over on Black Rifle Model Works. And if you want to see how that model's come on, go and have a look at the Black Rifle Model Works page on Facebook, and you'll see on there some progress photos that I've done of it. There's no special sort of page for the group build until the end. You just have to look through the Black Rifle Model Works page. And with regards to Facebook, as you know, I came off it. I've gone back on it purely so I can look at Black Rifle Model Works. I can look at the A20 pages. I can look at the Yamato pages, and I can also speak to Neil over at Hong Kong Models. Oh, and I can also speak to Peter over at ASK. I do receive friend requests. I remove them. Okay. It's not because I don't like you. It's not because I don't want to be your friend. It's because I can't stand Facebook. And I don't want to be forever on there replying to people's questions and issues and stuff. I would much rather communicate through email, nigelsmodelingbench@gmail.com. And also I've heard of a lot of crap going around with people tagging people and this, that and the other, and then you click on it and that's it. Your Facebook account has been hacked. And I'm not very savvy with that sort of thing, so I'd rather not fall down that hole. So I don't sort of click on anything that has been tagged. So the less people I've got on there, the less chance I've got of any problems, because it's not you that causes the issue. Someone hacks you, and then they hack me through you, and you don't even know they've done it. So I'm not going down that road. And if anything starts happening again, I'm just going to delete my Facebook completely, because I don't feel safe with it whatsoever. It's just not safe at all. The Scammell, I should get back on the bench, shouldn't I? The Scammell, I've now got the Edward set that I was waiting for, but I have been working frantically on that Chieftain. I started it on July the 1st. Here we are now, August the 1st, and it's practically finished, as you've seen from that photo. So, and I've also got tracks on the way. I'm not going to talk too much detail at the moment until I see them. But I've been sent some tracks. They've been in development. There's been some issues. I'll explain all that when I do the review. But they're apparently now they're finalised, they're perfected, and they are in the post. So I'm expecting them anytime now. And I'll do a full review of them. They're 3D printed. You don't have the problem of the missing pin on one side. You don't have the problem of the ejector pin marks to stand out. Having said that, the main tracks are gorgeous, other than one side has got holes in, and you don't have handed tracks. So on one side of the tank you'll see pins, the other side you'll see holes where the tracks link together. So you could just stick a little plastic disc over each of them, and there aren't enough pins in the kit to cut off and put in there. So I've already looked at that. And my sight, because the detail in there is so beautiful, I've got my side skirts removable with magnets, and I've shown you how to do that in one of the videos. I think it might be part 7 or 8. I've shown you how I do that, and you can do it too. So you can just plap them on and pull them off. You can pick your model up and shake it and they don't come off. It's really good. So there we are. So I need to get the Scammell back on the bench, don't I? So that should come back this month as well. I'm also redoing, if you saw my decal video on the beginners series I'm doing, part 12, that was using the ASK decals. I also covered some general knowledge, general things for beginners about decals, about not using knives and cotton buds and this, that and the other. And then I went to remove the carrier film after about an hour and a half or 2 hours was it, and it made a right mess. So I left them for another 24 hours and it worked perfectly. So that is my suggestion. Don't try and remove them after an hour, leave them for 24 hours. It's not much to ask. And when you do remove the decal film, they do look painted on. So then what you do is you give them a quick clear coat just to seal them in, and they'll be like painted on. And as you can see, we've done another test here, and we've used all the different setting solutions as well, because after that video a lot of you asked questions of, have I tried this, have I seen this, have I tried that? And it was like Annie asked, have I seen the VMS one? Yes, I've got some here that Ed sent me and I've never tried it, so I've tried that. So And also Peter from ASK has emailed me and said, you don't need to use any setting solutions, you can just put them straight on. So we've also done some tests. I've got 3 decals there with water and nothing else, and they've gone down beautifully. So there we are. So we're going to give them now 24 hours, and we'll come back and try removing the clear film, the carrier film. And as you can see on one of them here, I'm going to cover that one up so you don't get any spoilers. But I don't know if you can see on those lights there, you can see all that carrier film around. There you go. See the carrier film around those lights? That's all going to come off, and on those numbers and letters. So we're going to see if that just leaves those lights behind. We'll see how successful it is. And they've been put down with no setting solution. So watch this space. A lot of you are asking about a Lancaster. Yes, I have been fiddling with it. I'm trying to get that frame to go in the canopy. If any of you got any suggestions, let me know. But I'm trying to get that frame to fit in there. And then once the canopy's on, I think then we can just push forward. But I've got to be in the frame of mind that I really feel like working on it, because otherwise I'm going to mess it up. I don't know if you know, but the canopy has a separate internal frame, and I just cannot get my head around how to put it in there, what sequence to use and all that. I've been playing with it for hours. I've also been playing with the curtain that goes over the top, only to find that I don't think any of them really had the curtains. So probably going to leave them out and just put the cables in instead. And the Hellcat has been back on the bench. I'm going to probably get that back out on the bench again today and do some more on that. So there'll be another video of that coming up. We're going to do some paint chipping on the ammo boxes and everything, and in the wing area, and then we're going to get the wing all bolted together. And I'm going to see if I can leave the guns out. I don't think I can, but I certainly don't want to put the barrels in there. And finally, we may, and this is only a may, we may have a ship. Fingers crossed for you ship lovers, we may have a ship. It's not Titanic. Let's just get that out clear now. It's not Titanic. It's 1/350th scale. But I've been making some videos. I may get it on your see. We'll see. I want to get at least 3/4 of the way through it before I even put part 1 out, because you know what I'm like with ships, and I don't want to have another model on my stash of unfinished videos. So I've been trying lately to actually just start, finish, and I think I've finished 5 or 6 this year so far, and of those 4 or 5 of them were started this year as well. So the Chieftain's going to be 6 or 7. So it's going good. So I'll see you all soon, guys. Thank you for watching. In a minute there'll be a bit of music, and you'll see the Star Wars style scroll going up with your names on it, all of those that contribute to the channel and send stuff and this, that and the other. So thank you very much to all of you. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments down below. Any requests for anything for the beginner video. Somebody's requested if I could do like I did the working with the ASK decals. They've asked if I could do a similar thing with the one-man army masks, and that's a bloody good idea. So I'm going to do that because I think I've got it mastered. So we shall see. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all soon, and just stay tuned. I think probably the next video you'll see put out is the next part of the Chieftain, and then hopefully tomorrow, August the 2nd, we will have a video review of that new Airfix Sea King, and it does look like a beauty. And please don't send me links to other people's reviews or builds or whatever, because I'm not going to look at them. I want to look at that kit as if I'm the first person that's ever seen it. I was watching Moss's live stream last night while playing with Jess, and he got somebody there, I think it was Plastic Alchemist, to start doing a sprue review live on camera. I turned off. I don't want to know. I don't want to see it. I've already been told there's 2 clear canopies, one with and one without wipers, which is too much information. I don't want to know. I want to make my own mind up. So I'll see you all for that. Bye for now, guys.